Morning children, welcome back to the online teaching that we had started. I hope you are safe and at home and doing well and not troubling your parents much. Let's get back to the teaching. We had finished chapter 1 and 2 in our SST. Today we start with chapter 3, which talks about the northern plains. Page number 21. The Indo-Gangetic Plains are also known as the Northern Plains or the North Indian River Plains. They are a large and fertile plain surrounding most of the northern and eastern India. The northern plains of India are one of the most fertile plains of the world. Now, there are two words, Indo-Gangetic. Indo-Gangetic. Okay, here it means that the Indus and India, taking the river Indus and India. Gangetic means the word related to the river Ganges. So that is what it is. Plus it is one of the most fertile plain. The word fertile, it means where the crops can grow easily, the kind of soil where the crops can go easily. Not all soil permits you or allows you to grow your crops. These plains lie between the Himalayas. Remember Himalayas? We have studied in the previous chapter, the big chain of mountains, and the southern plateau. Plateau we study in the classes to come. It feeds its numerous rivers and are the source of fertile alluvium deposited across the region by the two river system. Two river system, Indus and Gangetic. Now, there is a word which is here, alluvium. Alluvium. Alluvium means a kind of soil which is deposited by surface water. Surface water like rivers, lakes, and which makes the area surrounding that particular body of water very fertile, that area. Okay, not water itself, the area surrounding the water. Okay, and it makes very rich in those kind of materials, the minerals which help the plant grow better and quicker and faster. Divisions of plains of northern India. Now let us first see diagram. If you see in a book, can you see the map of our country? Now, the map of our country, yes. So you can see the map of our country. Now, can you see the green shaded part? Okay, starting from Punjab, okay, Haryana, okay, covering little bit of Uttarakhand, then most of Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, little bit of Jharkhand there. Then we have Assam and around the few of these seven sister states, and a large part of West Bengal as well. So the division of plains of northern India, the three great rivers, the Satluj, the Ganga and the Brahmaputra, divide the northern plains into three parts. Number one, the Satluj basin, as it is, the word Satluj is it's very easy to understand because it's comes from the river Satluj. Then the Ganga basin, which again is the name coming from the river Ganga, and the Brahmaputra basin. So remember, the northern plains is divided into three parts: the Satluj basin, the Ganga basin, and the Brahmaputra basin. All these are the names of the rivers. So first we look into the Satluj basin. Less than 1/3 of the Indus basin is situated in India. Indus, again a big river in India and Pakistan. Okay, so 1/3 of it is only in India, in the parts of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh and Punjab. It is about 2,900 kilometers long, and its primary tributaries. Again we come across a new word, which is this tributaries. Now tributaries are like small rivers joining the big river. So if there is a small river, any river XY, joining a big river M. So those XY are the small rivers, they are known as the tributaries, or small rivers joining a big river. Okay, like suppose this is the big river. Okay, so we have a small river joining it. Okay, from either way. Okay, so these two. Okay, this is the big river, main river, big river, and these are the two small rivers. They are known as your they are known as the tributaries. Okay, all right, you understand? Then so it is about 2,900 kilometer long, and its primary means main, basic, early ones. Okay, the smaller ones, main ones, the include the Satluj, the Beas, the Ravi, the Chenab, and the Jhelum. These rivers have turned the plains of country's northern region extremely fertile, very fertile. Extremely means beautifully helping the crops grow well. The farmers are very happy. You see Punjab, Haryana, these and UP, they are the main states which help us to grow crops and feed us all throughout the country. The main crops grown in this region are wheat, rice, sugarcane and cotton. The Bhakra Nangal Dam has been constructed on the Satluj River. Remember, there can be a GK question, or there can be a question which can be put, this Bhakra Nangal Dam, very famous dam, is on which river? So remember, it's on Satluj River. Now, Bhakra Nangal Dam, what's a dam? Dam is a kind of a stop to the river flowing, where we stop the river and it has a reservoir, it has a collection of water, a big area, not a small area, big area, which is known as a reservoir. Now, when a dam is created by obstructing the flow of the river, we make big walls, and then there are gates which are open to use or let the excess water flow if there is excess water in the dam. But we need to keep these water, because then we can give water to the city for drinking and other purposes. Then mainly we can use it for irrigation. That means water given out to far off fields to the farmers to grow their crops. Plus also nowadays we have to, it helps us to generate electricity, hydro electricity. Okay, hydro means electricity generated by use of water. Anyways, we'll discuss this in our senior classes. Now, Amritsar, Jalandhar, Ludhiana and Ambala and Chandigarh are some important cities of the basin. So these cities are very big cities. Lot of things come from here to the part of our country, to this part of our country. Very good. Jalandhar, sports, Amritsar, lot of things. Ludhiana, very famous for warm clothes. Ambala, Chandigarh, they are very famous cities, and they have a lot of factories and things come from there also. The Ganga Basin. The Ganga Basin is, the river Ganga is considered as the most sacred river of our country. All of you know, most of you know, most of us are Hindus. We follow, we give reverence, we give respect to the river Ganga. Okay, one more thing. The river Ganga is pronounced as Ganga as well as Ganges. We also pronounce river as Ganges. It originates means starts, okay, where it begins. Okay, this river, there's some start to a river, so they originate, they start as Bhagirathi. Okay, so river Ganga does not start as river Ganga, it starts as Bhagirathi from a glacier called Gangotri. Glacier is a slow moving huge piece of ice which turns into river slowly by melting of it. It melts because of the heat of the sun. They are known as glaciers. So the glacier from where river Ganga originates is Gangotri, and actually it does not start as the river Ganga, but it starts as Bhagirathi. The Alaknanda and Mandakini, again these two are names of the rivers, they join Bhagirathi on its way down the hills. All this is happening in northern part of our country in the Himalaya region. Okay. The combined water of all these rivers flow as the Ganga. Okay. So the combined water from all these three rivers, as they start flowing together, then they start naming that piece of flowing water as river Ganga. Sorry. The river Yamuna originates from a glacier called Yamunotri. Again, a very famous river, Yamuna. Now, this Yamuna river joins Ganga at Allahabad. Allahabad, again, very famous city in Uttar Pradesh. Here is where the river, both these two main rivers, Ganga and Yamuna, they join together. Okay, this place is also called Sangam. Sangam means joining together, coming together and start a new journey together as one. They say there is another third river, Saraswati, but it is not visible nowadays, but they say there is a river. You can see in the picture, very famous, a scene of Sangam. Allahabad, again a very famous city, and the part of this Sangam, this part of the river here, is very famous for having these Kumbh Melas. Okay, Kumbh Melas, some they happen after 12 years, some Melas happen after so many years, but there is very famous. You can see while you go travel on the train, on the bridge, you can see on the river Yamuna bridge, you can see this place where they have these tents and made tents made for the Kumbh Melas and other Melas that they time by time have. The river Yamuna originates again. This big river originates from a glacier called Yamunotri. Ganga, Gangotri, Yamuna, Yamunotri. The Himalayan rivers which join the Ganga after Allahabad from west to east are the Gomti, the Gandhak and the Kosi. Okay.